Hello, my name's Andrew, and today we're doing a first impression review of the long-awaited Lightphone 3. Let's check it out. Just for some background, I bought the Lightphone 2 back in 2021, and I've been using it as my only phone with no smartphone for the past 4 years. So I asked Light to send me a Lightphone 3 early for testing purposes, which I'm gonna have on loan for the next few weeks. And yeah, let's have some fun with it. First of all, the Lightphone 3 comes in this dark, minimal packaging that kind of looks like something Morpheus would have sent Neo at the beginning of the movie The Matrix. Inside, you've got a braided USB cable, as well as some instructions and a SIM card tool. And the Lightphone itself comes in this rugged Toyo steel case, which you can use long-term for storing pencils or whatever other creative tools you need. Including from yours truly, there was a lot of hype about the design of the Lightphone 3, and it freaking delivered. Because the weight feels solid without being heavy, and it just has this sleek industrial aesthetic that's completely unlike any phone I've ever owned before. On the side, you've got buttons for volume, menu, and camera, which are beveled and feel really pleasing to press. And you've also got a fingerprint scanner at the top to unlock the phone, although I think that's a feature that'll be added after launch. But the flashlight button on the other side is certainly functional and really handy, and it also works as a scroll wheel to adjust the brightness of the screen. Like some people suspected, the grill at the bottom does attract a little bit of dust, but I found it works really well just to use a soft brush to gently whisk away any particles. In terms of apps, the Lightphone 3 has all of the same tools as the Lightphone 2, but the switch from e-ink to OLED does open up some new possibilities, like the camera, which is in color, and the GPS tool, which is much faster and more usable. In terms of how it looks, you can definitely feel that there is some light coming off of the Lightphone 3, but they've made the background black, and interestingly with OLED, they can actually turn the pixels off. So unless you're looking at the camera, the overall light from this thing is very low. The phone tool essentially works the same, but searching for contacts is a lot faster with the OLED screen, and the larger speaker is a big improvement over the very tinny Lightphone 2. You've also got a simple alarm tool, calculator, syncable calendar, directory for looking up local points of interest, which you can then navigate to with the directions tool, plus a Wi-Fi hotspot, notes, podcasts, timer, and settings, which can all be on or offloaded via the Lightphone dashboard. In terms of the camera, I think it's exactly what we expected from the Lightphone 3, because at 50 megapixels, it's very sharp with some solid low light performance and a very basic set of features with a flash and exposure adjustment. There's also a front camera for taking selfies, although it is a little bit lower resolution. So for anything important, I just recommend using the back camera. But I love the fact you can just press the shutter button and open the camera instantly. And in terms of how it works, you press the shutter button down halfway to focus, and then again to take the photo. There's also a quick access icon for the gallery, and allows you to pinch zoom on your photos, delete them, or even text to a friend. Speaking of which, you can now view texted images on the Lightphone 3. In terms of the microphone, it's definitely fuller than the Lightphone 2, but it's not as clear as something like an iPhone or a professional microphone. Back to the phone tool, texting has become a lot faster and more convenient. In terms of syncing, you're able to offload photos and videos via USB cable of your computer, and for notes, you can even download them from the Lightphone dashboard. In terms of the directions tool, it was just night and day versus the Lightphone 2, because the GPS locks in a couple seconds, and with the OLED screen, it's a lot easier to use the map view, which moves fluidly, versus the choppy experience on e-ink, which is basically unusable, unless you switch over to the text directions, which is what I usually do with the Lightphone 2. Also, while some people have complained about the lack of a headphone jack in the Lightphone 3, all you have to do is get a USB-C dongle, plug it onto your earbuds, and then plug it into the Lightphone 3 like you normally would. The sound quality that I got through headphones sounds pretty comparable to the Lightphone 2. I didn't have any complaints, but maybe it's a little bit sharper. Although one thing that would be nice is multiple playlists for the music tool, and Light has mentioned wanting to add that. But in the meantime, I do have a video on a little hack that kind of works the same way. Overall, the best thing I can say about the Lightphone 3 is that it's just exactly what it promised to be, because with the sleek minimalist design, small set of essential tools without any distractions, and high quality camera for capturing and sharing quick moments, it's the type of phone like the Lightphone 2 that you can be satisfied with for years. However, if you're prone to dropping things, you may end up having to cover up that beautiful design with a case. You can still experience a small amount of eye strain from the OLED screen, and although the camera looks sharp, it doesn't have any fancy features like filters or a shallow depth of field that you would get from a more expensive camera. So yeah, that's my first impression review of the all-new Lightphone 3, but if you'd like to support the channel, you can shop with the referral links down below, watch my Lightphone 3 versus Mudita Compact for an e-ink option, or subscribe for more Lightphone 3 videos as I continue to test and play around with it for the next few weeks. Finally, if you have a question about the Lightphone 3 or about minimalist phones in general, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, catch you next time, peace!